All of a sudden, there's been a monumental rise in teenage talents added to FIFA 20 this year, so much so that we can field an entire 11 of under-16 Wonder Kids for one team. So fresh out the exam room, we've basically transferred the best upcoming under-16 Wonder Kids into one team. We've chosen Bolton for this one because basically they need all the help they can get. We're going to put them through the ultimate test to see if the teenage sensations can climb up the English ranks and divisions and even win the most coveted prize of them all, the Champions League. It is going to be a long and hard journey, so hopefully you all stick along for the ride. Make sure to like the video down below if you go on to enjoy the experiment. Subscribe and hit that notification bell because we're aiming for 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And also make sure to comment down below if we missed anyone. If you're looking to keep up to date with all the latest scores, news, transfers, and everything the footballing world has to offer, make sure to check out OneFootball. It's available on both iOS and Android. It allows you to follow your favorite teams, your favorite players, and so much more. The download link is in the description, so make sure to give it a go. It's completely free. It is a must-have app for every football fanatic. But let's go ahead and meet the squad. This is how we'll be lining up in the 3-4-1-2 formation. And just a quick disclaimer for all these players. A lot of these guys are 17 in real life, but when you start FIFA, on the first day of career mode, they are all 16, and therefore they qualify for this team. And our two strikers up top, our lethal strike force will be the Portuguese hitman, Fabio Silva, and of course, Sebastiano Esposito. Well then, Ansu Fati, we meet again. The teenage ace alongside Eduardo Camavinga have been recently added into FIFA 20. They're going to make this squad too. A lot of comments down below were crying out for Ansu Fati in the previous experiment we did to see if the under-18 Wonder Kids could win the Champions League. It's the sequel you've all been waiting for, the follow-up to end-all follow-ups, and we're ready to do it all over again.
We're back. And we're ready for it all over again.
And we move on to the midfield. It will be U16 to partner up with Camavinga. In the center attack and midfield spot, we've got a brand new added Belgian into the mix here. It is Vranks. He will be the captain of this squad. And on the right is the highly touted Czech Republican Wonder Kid who came out of nowhere this season. Adam Hlozek, 16 years of age, can play on either flanks, he can play a striker, and then we move on to the defense. It is a three-man backline with Matheson, the man who scored against Manchester United in the Carabao Cup, the 16-year-old. We also have Kana, the big centre-back, can also play at CDM. The Belgian will be in the back three, as well as Frances, another Spanish Wonder Kid who's been recently added. A lot of these 16-year-olds have been recently added, and then Plechero will be our main goalkeeper, 16 years of age. The Italian will be in between the sticks. Moving on to the bench, we still have some highly touted prospects here. It is Atalanta's Youth Academy gem, Traore, the Ivorian who's come off the bench for them, scored, and has made his Serie A debut, will be on the bench for us. Milo from Monaco, another highly touted French midfielder. Velasco from Independiente will be in there as well. And then we have a few wild cards in here, 16-year-olds to fill up the gaps. They're in here to fill the quota. Then in the reserves, it is Yao, an up-and-coming American striker, and Bapaga will be another 16-year-old. The rest are basically just Burnley reserves. That is going to be how Bolton is lining up. A fresh new look. It is a youth makeover, and surely the 16-year-olds will be taking Bolton by storm. Let's see the effect that dynamic potential will have on the lads. Will they all be smash hits, or will there be a few flops in there? We're going to have to find out. How are they going to grow and perform throughout these seasons? We're in it for the long haul. Let's see who steps up to the plate and smashes it here at Bolton Wanderers and will lead us to the charge towards that Champions League trophy. Alright then, enough chit chat, enough nonsense. Let's get straight into Season 1. So here we are at the end of Season 1 in League 1. It is the end of the season here, and they've managed to survive. The 16-year-olds have battled it out in a relegation battle. They were far away from the drop zone, and they live to fight another day in the 3rd division. And here are our main performers in League 1. You got to give them the benefit of the doubt. They've got to adapt as a team. They've got to adapt to the new league. Sebastiano Esposito was our highest goal scorer in there with 17 goals, 2 assists. Fabio Silva, I told you they're going to be a deadly strike partnership. 12 goals and 1 assist for him, and it's Adil Ayushish being our main midfielder in there with 8 goals and 4. Adam Hlozek as well, the Czech Republican diamond in there with 7 goals and 5 assists. Another French midfield gem, 4 goals and 8 assists for Camavinga. Ansu Fati, the Spaniard, not getting too much game time, 3 goals and 1 assist for him. Bayer, the German striker, getting 3 goals. Velasco off the bench with 1 goal and 2 assists. A lot of improvement, as well as Traore can also come off the bench and do a bit more as a super sub, only getting 1 goal. Ranks disappointing me. It is Milot disappointing me as well. Kana with 2 assists from centre back, so that is interesting. Here are our main growers as well. +5 to Velasco, +5 to William Babaga. I don't even know how to say that name, but it's Luke Matheson in there with a +4, a lot of +4s, and also pretty much the whole entire squad getting the +3 treatment, as well as Karpov, Fabio Silva, which I expected more growth from considering his performance this season, +2, and then Traore finishes off the team with another +2. We charge on into Season 2, hoping for promotion. Let's see if the lads can go head-to-head with League One's heavy hitters. And not only have we gone head-to-head with League One's best, we've gone top of the pack. Bolton Wanderers have gone back to the championship. It is promotion. We're champions of League One, and we finally see ourselves get out the division. We're going to the championship next year, and somehow it is Barnsley, Forest Green, and Wigan Athletic all with 100 points, so it was a very tight competition in the end. And after all that, we still can't win the leasing.com trophy. I'm honestly disappointed, lads. You've let me down. So here we have them then, our promotion heroes, our promotion stars, and it is definitely Adam Holozek, the MVP of Season 2. 22 goals and 12 assists for the Czech Republic International. 34 goal contributions as we move on to Fabio Silva, our consistent goal scorer there with 19 goals. Enzo Milot stepped up this year with 12 goals and 7. Sebastiano Esposito, not as much output as Season 1, but still a very decent season with 12 goals and 1 assist. It is the African off the bench, our super sub Traore, with 9 goals and 3 assists, definitely improving. Alongside Alan Velasco, everyone's performances have just skyrocketed this season. 6 goals and 11 assists for him, as well as Adil Ayushish, our consistent playmaker in the middle. 5 goals and 11 assists. Frances, our Spanish right back. 4 goals and 1 assist for the makeshift centre back, Ansu Fati. A lot of you guys were hyping him up in the comments. He's not doing too well so far. 19 games, 3 goals and 1 assist. You'd expect a bit more from pretty much the world's golden boy right now. He is the highest rated prospect in this side. Camavinga with a bit of a disappointing season, still put up good numbers, 1 goal and 5 assists. And then we have Ranks, the Belgian playmaker, 1 goal for him. Plechero with 17 clean sheets. Now the main question begs, are we ready for championship football? The second division of England is a harsh physical competition that we need to be wary of. A +6 to Velasco was only a +5 to Milo, and then the rest are a +4, +3s all around, and little +2s here and there. Ansu Fati, despite his disappointing performances, going up a +2. Let's get straight into Season 3. Coming into this season, we were in for a relegation scrap. However, we've battled out the basement boys, and we are not going back down to the third division. We've managed to stick in 15th, stayed clear of that relegation zone, and we're into the championship for 1 more year. I'm not really showing too much cup action we're involved in because, simply put, yeah, we're not doing all too well. Knocked out in round 1 to Wigan. You can't get any worse than that. The second division was not ready, and it's Fabio Silva again, proving season upon season that he is our guaranteed source of goals here. 14 goals and 2 assists. It is Enzo Milot with 7 goals and 5. Sebastiano Esposito hiding in the shadow of his giant Portuguese strike partner. 7 goals and 3 assists for him. Alan Velasco as well, the Argentinian playmaker, with 6 goals and 5 assists. It's Traore off the bench again, doing well when we need him most. He comes on and delivers 6 goals and 3. And then Adam Holozek in there with 5 goals and 3 assists. Can't replicate that MVP season he had last year when we got promotion. And Adil Ayushish with 2 goals and 5 assists. Astor Franks kind of expected a bit more from the captain. 2 goals and 1 assist there. As well as our makeshift Spanish centre back right here, Frances, with 1 goal and 1 assist. Ansu Fati has been the major disappointment so far. For some reason, he just isn't playing. He is unfavoured in the squad right now. 1 goal and 2 assists for the Spanish winger, and the manager just doesn't favour him at the moment. Do not know why. 11 clean sheets and a cheeky assist on top of that for Gabriele Plechero, and then Camavinga in here with 3 assists. We'll move on to the growth this season. There was a change in competition. The competition just got higher in quality. Even though it's a championship, the levels are still very professional. It's not League One anymore, boys, and if we want to have any hope of qualifying and promoting to the Premier League, we've got to step it up. I think we can pull through and maybe challenge for next year. We'll see how we go. Season 4, let's get it. And there we have it. Get in, lads. We finish in second, runners up only to Forest Green Rovers. What is going on over there at the Vegan Club? And there we go. Bolton are back in the promised land, the Premier League. Say we are Premier League, Bolton is returning to the top flight. And what is going on with career mode at the moment? 5 teams with plus 100 points. This is just getting out of hand. Round 3 elimination in the FA Cup to West Brom 3-0. We also had more Carabao Cup disappointment. It was Sheffield United to beat us 5-4 on penalties. Despite all that, the lads have achieved promotion. It was our one and only goal going into this season, whether it was automatic or via the playoffs. It is Fabio Silva Silva again, our most consistent performer in here with 25 goals. He's a goal machine. He just loves scoring goals. He's addicted to it at the moment. And Adil Ayushish being the main star, being the unsung hero right here. 22 goals and 15 assists for the French dynamic midfielder at the moment. Sebastiano Esposito still in amongst the goals and assists. 20 goal contributions from the Italian hitman. And then it is Adam Halozek, the Czech Republican, with 13 goals and 8 assists. Enzo Milot, another decent French midfielder we have on our books here. 8 goals and 9 assists. Eduardo Camavinga, the Frenchman, having a real impact here at Bolton. 7 goals and 6 assists. And it's Ansu Fati's best season yet, believe it or not. At 80 overall, 5 goals and 5 assists for the Spanish winger. Velasco off the bench, 4 goals and 1 assist. And then it is Diallo Amad Traore in there with 3 goals off the bench. And then our Italian stallion Plechero, 20 years of age now, 19 clean sheets for the lad. We'll take a look at the main growers this season. Esposito with the most growth with a +5. Plechero in there with a +4. He's proven that he's Premier League ready. Velasco, Camavinga, Ayushish, all the +4s going to our major performers. And then the +3s are all around, +2s here and there. The growth just does not stop. However, can we survive in one of the toughest leagues yet? Premier League, we're coming for you. Bolton has returned, and it is going to be an absolute onslaught from the off. So let's see if they can withstand it and survive. There we have it. 10th in the Premier League. We're smack bang in the middle of the table. And how is Forest Green Rovers in 11th? They're right behind us, and they've somehow made the journey up from League 2. It has been a miracle for them, but we're focusing on Bolton for now. We're aiming for those top European places in Season 6, but Man City and Liverpool are going to be hard to top. It was the furthest we ever made it in the FA Cup with a 1-0 defeat to Stoke City in round 4, unfortunately eliminated from that. And in the Carabao Cup, I believe we got eliminated rather early in round 2, and he's waited for the right time to peak as we'll take a look at our stars this year in the Premier League. It is Sebastiano Esposito finally outscoring Fabio Silva up top with 19 goals and 4 assists, our top goal scorer this season. And then Fabio Silva still getting a good tally in there, 11 goals and 1. Adam Halozek with 7 goals and 5 assists. Adil Ayushish with 6 goals and 4. Camavinga putting up similar numbers with 4 goals and 3. Enzo Milot, the 3 French midfielders, the 3 horsemen in the middle, have done really well this year. 4 goals and 6 assists for him. Frances, our goal scorer and centre-back, with 3 goals in there. Do not even know how that is possible. And then Ansu Fati failing to adapt to the first division. The Spaniard's career has taken a big downward spiral, only with 3 assists in 32 matches. And we'll see our major growers with +3s. That is all we're going to get this season. The Premier League is proven to be a struggle, but let's hope for European football, European qualification in Season 6. And you love to see it, really. Improvement year upon year, season upon season. In our 6th stint, we finish in 6th. I believe that is Europa League places. We're up with the big boys again in English football, and the under-16 Wonder Kids are really blossoming into world-class players here at the moment. Man City and Man United dominating like the old days. And it seems like the Premier League was just made for Sebastiano Esposito to score some goals, to put the ball in the back of the net. Almost 40 goals in there, 39 goals and 5 assists. That is insane numbers. Top goal scorer in the Premier League with 28. In there with Adam Halozek, 13 goals and 5 assists. His closest contender. That's how good he was. And then Fabio Silva is now creeping behind his shadow. Only 10 goals for the Portuguese hitman. Camavinga showing up when we needed him. 9 goals and 8 assists. Enzo Milot, another Frenchman, in there with 8 goals and 8. And the 3 horsemen back at it again. Adil Ayushish with 6 goals and 4 assists. Alan Velasco off the bench, or maybe even started. Not too sure what his role is. 3 goals. And then another disappointing season from the Spaniard. The La Masia Youth Academy graduate Ansu Fati, only with 2 goals and 2 assists. Plechero with a wonderful season in the Premier League yet again. 14 clean sheets for my man, the Italian stallion in net. The +3s go to our biggest performers so far, Esposito in there as well. And then we're starting to get some no-shows. We're starting to get some flops in here. The biggest one with them is Ansu Fati. He has not shown up whatsoever throughout this experiment. On the other hand, though, all the other players are going up consistently, either by +3s or +2s. So let's see if we can build upon Season 6. Go ahead into lucky season number 7 and qualify or even win a trophy. And here we have it. Lucky season number 7 provides us with the goods. That is definitely a Europa League qualification. 85 points, sitting in 5th position. We're only a few points away from the top 4. Spurs right above us, but it is improvement nonetheless. We finished from 6th and now we've gone to 5th. The the under-16 Wonder Kids now becoming a Premier League contender. We went the furthest we ever did in the FA Cup. We got eliminated at Wembley in the semi-finals, 2-1 to Manchester United. And would you believe it again, it's Mr. Consistent, the Italian Esposito, 33 goals this year and 4 assists. A lot of other players have stepped up to the plate, and it's alleviated pressure off him. As such, Enzo Milot, 24 goals and 14 assists. That is 38 goal contributions. The output is absolutely insane from these French Wonder Kids. Camavinga in there with 12 goals and 12, and Fabio Silva improving upon last season, 12 goals and 1 assist. And then it's Adam Halozek hitting that 90 overall. We're starting to see our players become elite ballers right now with 10 goals and 14 assists, double figures in both goals and assists, which you love to see. Alan Velasco, 6 goals and 8. Ayushish with probably his worst season yet, but yet again, it's still pretty decent. And then Ansu Fati, he's just hit a brick wall at the moment. He's become a flop. Hopefully this doesn't happen in real life, but Bolton does not seem to be the home for Ansu Fati. Plachero, as expected, with another mind-blowing season there, 19 clean sheets, and now you can see our highest rated players coming into fruition right now. Eduardo Camavinga, 92. Adam Halozek, another player, joins him in the 90 club, but the rest are in the 80s, approaching the 90 mark as well. Let's go ahead, put our heads high into Season 8 and see what the Bolton lads can achieve. And as we qualified for Europe, our Premier League form did take a hit here. We finished in 7th position, still quite decent, but it's a major drop-off in where we finished last year in 5th. However, despite all that, we found ourselves in a Europa League final. At the first time of asking, it is two English giants, Bolton Wanderers and Manchester United, face off in the 2027 Europa League. And there we have it, invincible in the group stage, and they've managed to sort out victory in the knockout rounds as well. We've made it all the way to the final, and we're definitely going to be simulating this one up against the Red Devils. So there we have it then. That is the starting 11 going into face Manchester United in the Europa League final. Unfortunately, Velasco is suspended, but can they pull through in this one? It is 3-0 like that. Manchester United, no match. And there we go, Esposito, Bagapaka off the bench, and Ayushish with the goal. Esposito missed a penalty as well. That is a whitewash domination against United, and we are Europa League champions, qualifying for the UEFA Champions League next year. And yet again, he's not slowing down anytime soon. Sebastiano Esposito finally hitting 40 goals and 6 assists. Eduardo Camavinga halving his goal tally, but it's still impressive from the Frenchman in midfield. 20 goals and 7 assists for him. Fabio Silva, who's kind of dropped off, but still amazing numbers, 17 goals in there. Adil Ayushish, another season with double figures in both goals and assists, 30 goal contributions. As we move on to Adam Halozek, 10 goals and 16 assists from that right-hand side. Our centre-backs, for some reason, are getting in amongst the goals and assists. Velasco in there with 2 goals and 3, and Bagpa with that all-important UEFA Europa League goal. Qualifying for the Champions League, we won our first piece of silverware as well. Are we ready to juggle multiple competitions? That is the main question going into Season 9. The Champions League, we're coming for you. The under-16 Wonder Kids are ready. And it's only taken the best part of a decade, 9 seasons, and Bolton Wanderers are back on top of English football. First position, Premier League champions, and 93 points sees us take out the title. Liverpool heartbroken again by 1 point, missing out. Arsenal United finishing in the top 4, and that is an astonishing performance and an astonishing league finish. Premier League champions, it does feel good, but can we do a domestic double? We've got Newcastle at Wembley in the FA Cup final. We're going to simulate that one. And there we already have it. Can we do the domestic treble? I didn't even see. We won the Carabao Cup earlier on in the season. A 4-3 win on penalties to Chelsea. The main question of this video, can they win the Champions League? They finish on top of their group in the round of 16. They demolished Napoli 5-2. They edge past Dortmund 2-1. In the semi-finals, they've won a 7-goal thriller on aggregate, 4-3. And then we reach the final up against Liverpool, second in the Premier League versus first. The champions are taking on the contenders here. It is all going down in 2028. They finally made it. And strap yourselves in. This is going to be a thrilling finale. And here is the last look at the squad before we head into the last 2 games of the season. 54 goals and 15 assists for Esposito. His best season yet. 67 games. He must be absolutely ran ragged. These performances are absolutely captivating. 24 goals and 28 assists. Enzo Milot, 23 goals and 9 assists. Eduardo Camavinga performing yet again with 22 goals and 14. And Fabio Silva with 19 goals and 3. And Ansu Fati has kind of picked it up, but his career is kind of dead and buried at the moment. 7 goals and 2 assists. No growth whatsoever. The main performers who have performed well, have grown well, and they are starting to have a staple and a foothold in this squad. We'll take a look at our highest rated players, and there we go. A few of them now in the 90s. Camavinga, Hlozek. We have, 5 players? We have 6 players in the 90s region. A few players approaching that and are in the mid-80s as well. 3 injuries and 1 suspension later. We are playing some players out of position. There are some makeshift players in there. The depth isn't strongest in this squad, so we're going to treat this as a little warm-up match going into our Champions League final. Can we get the English domestic treble? And somehow we've pushed through there with Velasco and Esposito with the goals. We went 1-0 down, but we showed the character to get back into the match. And now we can go ahead and get the quadruple. The Champions League looms large. Get you someone that looks at you like Camavinga looks at that FA Cup trophy. A beautiful sight to behold. Here are the lads selected to go and face Liverpool in the Champions League final. Unfortunately, Camavinga suspended, our highest rated player. It's an absolute farce by UEFA. Ranks will make it up in the midfield. We've still got suspensions. We've still got injuries. It's all going against us. But can the under-16 Wonderkids prevail on the biggest of stages? From humble beginnings in the 3rd division of English football, it is Bolton Wanderers with the biggest comeback of them all. By the help of a few under-16 Wonderkids, they've made it towards the Champions League final, and we're yet to take down Liverpool, our biggest obstacle yet. Let's hope the ribbons are blue and white by the end of this bout. This was the long and treacherous road to the final. The biggest moments of their careers. This is where they could write their name into football history. This is how Liverpool will be lining up. They have a decent side 9 years into the future. We've got to be wary. They still have some insane quality in their ranks. McKennie, Ndombele, Chiesa, Martial, Briam Diaz, Koza, Hermoso, Allison, and Wan-Bissaka. Some United boys in there. So let's kick this one off. It is Esposito to get us underway. Let's go, champ. Can our defense deal with this one? An early onslaught from the Liverpudlians. And over the top to Martial. Oh, Plachero came off his head. Velasco inside. Ayushish. Can Velasco make that run down the left-hand side? Our speedy little Argentine. Look at him go. He's going to put the pedal to the metal. And there are a few waiting in the middle. It'll be at the back post. Somehow, Fabio Silva nullified Liverpool's attack so far. Now, can we get a counter here? Esposito will hold the ball up brilliantly. It's found its way through to Milo. It is Fabio Silva who stayed onside. Velasco's at the back post. Can we get there? It is Velasco at the back post. Gets it past his South American rival in Allison in net. And the number 9 from the left midfield goes and gets the opener in the Champions League. 1-0 to Bolton. And there we go. Fabio Silva and Milo made that chance happen. And the accuracy, it's arrowed into the box. Allison left dumbfounded in net. And Velasco with an easy finish. Point blank range. Ranks. Beautiful footwork. You wouldn't think the Belgian is that low rated. He is performing really well tonight. And now Fabio Silva, he set one up. Is he going to go for one? Fabio Silva went for it. Gibbs White, he might go for it, Enzo Milo can't tackle him. And Gibbs White has walked through. And our defense just turned off the equalizer for Liverpool. And 31 minutes in, we're in for a massive match here. Strap yourselves in. This is going to be a roller coaster ride of emotions there. Liverpool with the equalizer, half an hour in. But to Ndombele, Chiesa finds that one into the middle. And McKennie nearly got the second. Now it is Sebastian. Oh, Fabio Silva has just made his way past the Liverpool defense. Can he go for the chip? No. He should have found his way inside. Now it's found its way to Milo right on half time. Can we go into the break with the advantage? It is Ranks to line up a shot, and Allison again stops it. Menace at the back. We've given it away, and now it's Gibbs White again. We're in 6s and 7s at the moment, but Ranks has put in a shift at centre mid. And he's come in the underdog, and now Fabio Silva finds his way through to Esposito. He's been quiet throughout this whole entire match. Now can he find the ball over the sweaty? Oh, it's saved by Allison. The second bite of the cherry from Adam Hlozek. The Czech Republican MVP has come up trumps in the Champions League final there, and he's proven the doubters wrong. Home bargains on the top. They're not bargains whatsoever because Adam Hlozek worked hard and got his goal. The Bolton Wanderers fans going absolutely insane as Esposito to set it up. A brilliant point-blank save from Allison, but he couldn't get back quick enough. And it's the second to put us ahead. Moving forward with purpose, but Ranks cut it out. We've given it away. Ndombele finds his way through to McKennie and Plachero. What a save. Over. And now it's McKennie. McKennie with a big shot. And the Italian is keeping us in this one at the near post. A massive block. Oh, Sal. No, Liverpool. Woo, we should definitely have conceded the equaliser. But somehow Plachero is having the game of his life. Another corner for Liverpool. It's the dying embers. And here we go. It is the corner off the post. No, it is 2-2. And Plachero finally concedes again. He's been an absolute star all match. And there is Liverpool's deserved equaliser. We're in for an ecstatic finish. Martial swings it in. It is Esposito clear. And now the counter. Liverpool push their men forward. We've got time. Ayushish all alone. Ayushish to run through. And Liverpool standing still. Ayushish for the grandstand finish. Same maximum. Cut it back. Ayushish waits for the runner. It'll be Fabio Silva. No, that could have been the golden chance. And now it's extra time, of course. Adam Lozek. Oh, that is scintillating. Stupendous. And he's still got a lot of energy in him in this extra time period. He'll cut back inside. Over to Fabio Silva. Fabio, oh, he's found the space beautifully. Fabio, oh, that is the return ball. And to get there in the end is Sebastiano Esposito. He's the fox in the box. He was literally a no-show throughout those whole entire 90 minutes. And right on extra time, it is the man who's been probably our top goal scorer throughout this whole simulation. The two strikers combined, and Addison blocked straight into the path of the Italian, who nods it home, and we're 3-2 up. And finally, there we have it. It's taken 120 minutes, but after a 5-goal thriller, it was Velasco, Holozek, and Esposito to help us towards that Champions League trophy. And there is the question answered. Can a team of under 16 Wonder Kids in FIFA 20 career mode win the Champions League? You bet they can. Against Liverpool, it was a tough one. They've shown their true colours in there. There were a few flops, there were ups and downs, but the players who performed, the players who grew and developed have transformed into beasts, into legends here. 9 seasons in, and Bolton are on top of the world thanks to some of the best youth talent in the world right here. It'll be the captain to lift up the trophy. Unfortunately, there is no Camavinga. We're just going to have to live without it. He was suspended, and he's not going to be part of the celebrations. But if you guys did go ahead and enjoy the video, make sure to drop it a like down below. Make sure to hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. We're on our road to 50,000 subscribers. And there we have it. They're lifting it up right now. Follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. Also, comment down below what you want to see on the channel next. I've been BCHD. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all on the very next video.
Saying that it feels right.